Hello students, as in the last lecture we have learned classification of accounts, how to identify the personal account, real account and nominal account, right? Personal account, name of the person, name of the company, name of the organization or group of accounts represents the personal account. Then the real account, all the properties, all the assets are classified, fall under the real accounts. And then for nominal account, income and expenses and income expenses and losses and incomes and gains are classified under the nominal account, right? And already you have learned how to identify them. Now so it is the format of an account that left hand side is known as a debit and right hand side is known as what? Credit. First date, particular JF and account, then right hand side date, particular JF and account. Amount. Students, this we will learn in the later coming chapters. That time I will explain you in the detail what is the meaning of all this. Just look out into the format of this account. Now first we will learn what do you mean by debit and what do you mean by credit. Now see, what do you mean by debit and what do you mean by credit? Debit indicates benefit received by that account and it is recorded to the left hand side of the account, which is called as debit side. And recording a transaction on the debit side after applying the rules will be termed as debiting an account. So students, remember it, debit it means what? Benefit received by that account. Now what do you mean by credit? Credit indicates benefit given by that account and it is recorded to the right hand side of an account, which is called as what? Credit side. Credit it means what? Benefit given by that account. So students, debit it means benefit received by that account and credit it means benefit given by that account. Now next part, which is the most important in our bookkeeping and accountancy and which is known as what? Golden rules for debit and credit. It is known as what? Golden rules for accounting. As we already learned the personal account, real account and nominal account, after identifying the accounts, next step is to applying the rule which account to be debit and which account to be credit, and for that reason this golden rules of accounting is applied. Now we will learn one by one all the rules. If suppose personal account is there, the rule says to which account you will be debit, which account you will be credit. So the rule says in personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Students, listen one more time. If the accounts is identified and if it is a personal account, then you will apply the rule debit the receiver, credit the giver. Same if it is a real account, then the rule says debit what comes in and credit what goes out, right? Debit what comes in and credit what goes out. And suppose if you identify and it is a nominal account, then the rule says debit all expenses and losses and credit all incomes and gains. Debit all expenses and losses and credit all incomes and gains. So students, this golden rule you have to by heart in such a way that anytime, anywhere, if anyone will ask you to apply it, you can apply it very easily. Like in your math subject, how you are learning the formula, how you are learning the or memorizing the formulas and the tables. In the same way, this golden rules of accounting you have to be remember in your memory in very good way. So one more time I am repeating the same. Personal account rule says debit the receiver, credit the giver. Real account rule says debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Nominal account rule says debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So now we will learn how to apply these golden rules of accounting while writing the books of accounts, right? Now see the first Now we'll learn how to apply these golden rules. When you will read out the transactions, first step to find out the two aspects, second steps to find out the two accounts involved, third step is the classification of the accounts, right? Now see, the first transaction says commence business with cash rupees 20,000. Now when you will start applying the rule, which steps you will find? You will find out that whatever is the transaction given, that transaction will impact onto the business in whatever way. Now what a transaction says, commence business with the commence means started business with cash rupees 20,000. Now this transaction impacted on the business in such a way that business is receiving the 20,000. By investing the 20,000 cash into the business, business is started. It means in the business 20,000 rupees is received. So first aspects I got that cash comes in. Now as the cash is receiving, someone is the giver of that cash. Who is the giver? Who started the business? The owner of the business is started the business, and the owner is also known as what? Proprietor. So second aspect I got, proprietor is the giver. What? Proprietor is the giver. So students, in this way you have to find out the impact of the transaction onto the business. See the second one, purchase goods on credit from Ajay rupees 10,000. Now this transaction gives us the information that goods are added into the business. Who is the giver? Ajay is the giver, right? So we will write purchase is an expenditure and Ajay is the giver. Now here I can also write the goods comes in, but here I am not writing the goods come in because there is a reason, and when you will solve more and more question, when you will learn the chapter later, that time you will came to know why we are writing the purchase. So purchase is an expenditure and Ajay is the giver. See the third one, cash sales 7,000. Now this transaction made the impact onto the business. Cash sales, when I am selling the goods, I am receiving the cash. It means cash is added into the business, and sale is an income for the business. So cash comes in and sale is an income. See the fourth one, received commission rupees 500. Received commission, received it means I am receiving. What I am receiving? Not I am business. Whenever you are writing the books of accounts, think from the viewpoint of a business. What business is receiving? Business receiving the cash. It means cash comes in. And what is the reason behind receiving the cash? Commission. So commission is an income for the business. So commission received is an income. Then paid rent rupees 800. Paid, it means business is paying the money in the form of a cash or in the form of a check, but here only the check wordings is not used, so cash. So cash goes out from the business. What is the reason for cash goes out? Making the expenses, which are rent. So rent is an expenses. So students, this way you have to find out the impact, two aspects which made the impact of a transaction onto the business. So students, what we will learn, that whenever you will read the transaction, first step you have to find out two aspects, after that two accounts, and then we have to find out the accounts, right? Now first transaction is what? Commence business with cash rupees 20,000. Cash comes in, proprietor is the giver. So cash comes in, it means I got the one account which is cash account. Proprietor invested the money, it means it is a capital. Already we are learned in the first topic, capital is the total cash, goods or asset invested into the business by the owner. So it is a capital account. Now cash, as it is an assets for the business, so it is real account. Capital invested by the owner related to the person, so it is a personal account. Then second transaction says purchase goods on credit from Ajay rupees 10,000. So purchase is an expenses, Ajay is the giver. Now purchase, see purchase is an expenses, so purchase is a one account, and Ajay the name of the person, so second account name is the Ajay. Purchase expenses, so it is a nominal account. Ajay name of the person, so it is a personal account. Then third transaction says cash sales rupees 7,000. As already we have learned, cash comes in and sale is an income. Now cash comes in, it means here the first account I got cash account, and second sale account. Cash assets for the business, so it is a real account. Sale, by selling the business is receiving the money, so sale is an income. So second account name is sales, which is nominal account. Then see the fourth one, received commission rupees 500. So here cash comes in and commission and is income. As we are knowing, cash is an assets for the business, so cash account, and commission receiving, so commission is an income, commission account. So cash is a real account and commission is a nominal account. Now see the last one, paid rent. It means rent is an expenses and cash goes out. So I got account name rent account and cash account. So rent is an expenses, so it is a nominal account, and cash, it is a real account. Now see, we will learn how to apply that rule on the transaction. See, commence business with cash rupees 50,000. Whenever you will first learn by step, whenever you will read the transaction, first find out the impact of this transaction onto your business. Think from the viewpoint of a business. Commence, it means started. Started business with cash rupees 50,000. It means into the business 50,000 rupees cash is added. It means what? Cash comes into the business. These two effects, right? And as the cash is receiving, so someone is the giver of that money, someone is the giver of that cash. Who? Owner. It means proprietor is the giver of the capital, right? Now second step, to find out the account's involvement. As cash, so it is a cash account. Proprietor, it means it is a capital account. Then third step, we will find out the account classification. As cash, property, assets, it is a real account, and capital related to the person, so it is a personal account. Now real account rule says what? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Here the cash is added into the business. As the cash comes into the business, so I will apply the rule debit what comes in. Debit what comes in. Now personal account rule says debit the receiver, credit the giver. Now here the owner of the business is the giver of the money, giver of the cash. So apply the rule credit the giver. So now which account will be debited? Cash account will be debited. Which account will be credited? Capital account to be credited. So when the transaction is given, commence business with cash rupees 50,000, cash account is debit and capital account is credited. Now see the second one, advertisement paid rupees 5,000 to Imran. Now what impact of this transaction onto the business? Cash goes out as the 5,000 is given to Imran. See, first of all, for what reason the money is paid? The reason is advertisement, and advertisement is important for the business, as without making the advertisement, product cannot be sold into the market. So advertisement is an expenses for the business, right? And for the advertisement, business has to pay the money. So cash goes out from the business. We got the two aspects, two effects of a transaction onto the business. Now advertisement is one account and cash is another account. Advertisement, as it is an expenses, so it means nominal account. Cash, property, so it is a real account. Now nominal account rule says debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. As the advertisement is an expenses for the business, so apply the rule debit all expenses and losses. And real account rule says debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Here cash goes out from the business, so apply the rule credit what goes out. So advertisement account will be debited and cash account will be credited. So students, this format is known as what? Tabular form. It is known as what? Tabular form. Classification of a transaction on a tabular form.